Welcome to the DAP New Construction Window Installation Training Program. This program is designed to cover the basics of window installation using the sill pan installation method in accordance with ASTM E2112 Standard Practice for Installation of Exterior Windows, Doors and Skylights, Section 8 Windows with Perimeter Mounting Flange Method A1. We'll also discuss the use of sealants, foam, and flashing tape that will create a redundant system installation. At the end of this program, you'll have a solid understanding of the steps and products required to ensure a leak-free window installation. DAP window installation instructions are for installation of new windows in wood-frame residential and light commercial buildings. If you'd like to take the program one step further, complete the sill pan installation test after viewing this video and provide your contact information to receive your DAP Silver Star installation certificate. Throughout this video, we'll be using the following terms and images to represent the components involved in window installation. Make sure you have the proper tools and materials, including safety gear, before beginning. It is important to wear personal safety equipment. Always wear eye protection, gloves, and long-sleeve shirt when installing foam and sealant. Check that the weather-resistive barrier or house wrap has been installed according to the manufacturer's instructions. Tape and repair any tears or holes. Improper installation of the house wrap can lead to air and water leakage around the window opening. Make sure the window rough openings meet the required dimensions for window size as per window manufacturer's instructions. For proper installation of window insulating foam, it is required to leave a 1/2 inch to minimum 1/4 inch gap between the window and rough opening. There has been much discussion as to the best way to cut the house wrap around the window opening. The following describes these common methods and how some methods do not take advantage of the layers of protection and a redundant system needed to create a worry-free installation. Common methods of preparing house wrap involve cutting a modified eye and folding the house wrap into the opening at the jambs and sill. If water or air gets behind the house wrap, this method leaves a path for it to enter the home. Another method involves cutting the house wrap even with the rough opening. This method is much better, but does not allow the installation to take full advantage of the sealant used on the nailing flange. Water can also bypass through the insulation if foam is not used. Use of an aerosol polyurethane foam prevents water from entering. As installation methods evolve, new and better ways to treat and prepare the house wrap are being used. New industry installation methods advocate cutting the house wrap back past the rough opening jambs to allow the full adhesion of the sealant to the nailing flange and exterior sheathing. The house wrap is integrated with the window and the window opening using self-adhering window flashing tape. As you can see, we now created a fully redundant and sealed system that has eliminated any vulnerable areas for water and air intrusions. This will prevent any incidental water that breaches the house wrap from entering the window opening. The sill pan method of installation is designed to drain any incidental water that gets between the window frame and the rough opening. Cut the house wrap at the sill 2 inches below rough opening and 2 inches past the jambs on each side. Cut and remove the house wrap 2 inches past the jambs to allow for direct sealing of the window flange to the exterior sheathing. Cut the house wrap at the head across the top of the framing and diagonally outward past the jamb 6 inches to create a flap. Fold the flap up and temporarily tape it above the rough opening. Cut two 4-inch lengths of 6-inch wide flashing tape. Fold each of the 4-inch pieces in half and cut the folded corners to create a bow tie shaped corner guard. Use a window flashing tape that meets AAMA 711. Remove the release backing from the corner guard and apply a guard to each corner of the rough opening sill. Half the guard will cover the jamb and sill, and the other half will be pulled out over the exterior sheathing. Cut a length of 6-inch wide flashing tape equal to the rough opening width plus 8 inches. Remove the release backing and apply the tape to the sill so it covers approximately 3 inches of the flat horizontal sill and extends up the jambs by approximately 4 inches on each side. Fold the remaining portion of the flashing out onto the exterior sheathing and roll smooth to remove air pockets and promote adhesion. Dry fit the window to ensure that the window can be inserted into the opening with a minimum of 1/4 inch spacing between the window frame and the rough opening. For best results, a 1/2 inch gap is recommended to create a channel for the foam sealant. Apply a continuous 3/8 inch bead of sealant on the jambs and head nailing fin, ensuring the sealant is applied over the nailing slots. Apply an intermittent 3/8 inch bead along the sill nailing fin to allow any incidental water that may collect on the sill to drain to the exterior drainage plane. To ensure proper installation, it is recommended to place temporary shims at the sill during the installation of fasteners to facilitate leaving the recommended minimum 1/4 inch gap at the sill. Applying sealant near or over the nailing slots on the window flange ensures the holes created in the sheathing by the mechanical fasteners are sealed. Sealants aren't created equal. DAP Dynaflex 800 is compatible with all flashing tape technologies that meet AAMA 711 requirements and engineered wood sheathing. Some sealants may be incompatible with these substrates and attack and dissolve the adhesive backing of the flashing tape, causing failure. Check the sealant to determine if it is compatible with the substrates and flashing tape you are using. Additionally, Dynaflex 800 is produced with 100% solids and will not shrink. Sealants that shrink may shrink enough to create a void in the seal around the window flange, causing a potential leak area. Dynaflex 800 sticks to wet and frozen surfaces. It can be used in extreme weather conditions and works year-round. Insert the window into the opening by placing the window sill onto the rough opening sill and tilting it into place. When installing windows that require special handling and manpower, it is acceptable to apply the sealant to the sheathing substrate instead of the window flange. Align the windows into the rough opening. Be sure to allow for proper 1/4 inch minimum spacing around the window perimeter. Make sure the window is plumb, level, and true. Adjust as necessary to ensure the window is square and operable. Apply mechanical fasteners as required by the window manufacturer. Do not overdrive the fasteners. Cut two lengths of 4-inch wide flashing tape equal to the rough opening jamb height, plus 5 inches. The jamb flashing must be installed in a shingled or weatherboard fashion over the previously installed sill flashing. Remove the release backing from the tape and apply it to the jamb over the nailing fin and the house wrap, integrating the house wrap, sheathing, and window as a cohesive system. Cut one length of head flashing equal to the width of the window, plus 10 inches. Remove the release paper and apply the tape over the nailing fin on the head of the window. The tape must extend out past the jamb flashing approximately 1 inch on both sides. Roll the tape smooth with a J-roller to remove air bubbles and promote adhesion. Replace the flap created during preparation of the house wrap and tape the seams with WRB tape or window flashing tape. To complete the installation, use a polyurethane foam that has been tested in accordance with AAMA 812. Apply foam between the window frame and the rough opening. Starting at the head of the window, insert the applicator tip to the back of the cavity near the nailing thin edge. Pull trigger on the applicator while simultaneously moving the tip along the gap. Fill the cavity approximately half to 2/3 the depth of the cavity. Continue filling the gap on both jambs along the sill. Excess foam or foam that has expanded past the gap opening can be tucked into the cavity once it has skinned over, which typically takes 5 to 10 minutes. Excessive foam can also be trimmed with a sharp knife once it is fully cured. Draft Stop 812 offers unique benefits compared to other foam sealants. It will not warp or bow window frames. It is highly flexible, with up to 30% joint movement capability. It is closed cell and will not absorb water. Now that you have a solid understanding of the steps and products required to ensure a leak-free installation, it's time to take your skills to the next level. Take a few minutes to complete the DAP New Construction Window Installation Training Quiz online. Upon successful completion, you'll receive a silver level certificate and ongoing best practice and product updates from DAP. For more information on DAP products, visit dapspecline.com or contact DAP at 888-327-8477.